Hi everybody, this is Anna with Homemade Home, and I thought I'd show you a crockpot meal that we do just to throw in the crockpot, and so easy, anyone can do it. Seriously, the easiest thing ever. Now, you're going to get chicken breast, which I gotta go get some more out of my freezer. This is what I have right now. My husband brought it home, so that's what we're using today because I don't have any of my other barbecue sauce that I like to use. I like using the Kraft Honey Barbecue and the Sweet Baby Ray's or something like that barbecue sauce, but this one's good too, so we're going to use this one today. We chopped up half an onion, half a bell pepper, and that's in there. And then over here I am doing some burger rolls, and we are going to make hamburger buns, which is just my regular bread recipe, but we do it into buns. So I'm gonna show you that process and the chicken process, and I'll bring you right back once I get my chicken. Okay, I had some frozen chicken breast that came in a big bag like this. I had 3 of those, and that would usually be enough for my family, but I think I should do this too, which is some chicken tender breasts that were frozen that I got from Target. So I'm going to do that too, just in case. We have my nephew and my father-in-law. So, okay. This is just onion. If I had onion powder, I'd be using onion powder, but I don't. Or granulated onion. This is just chopped onion. And Mrs. Dash, I use that on almost everything. Okay, I'm almost out of that. To get some of that. A little seasoned salt. And if I had a little of my chicken base powder, I would put a little of that on there too. I think that just makes it so good. And then we're going to pour some barbecue sauce on it, and that is it. It is very simple. Onion, bell pepper, the seasonings you like to marinate, to put on your chicken. And you don't even have to put seasonings if you don't want to. You can just put the barbecue sauce and the onion and the bell pepper and be done, because I've done it like that too. And that's what I'm going to do. I usually use like a barbecue sauce. What I usually do is I'll use like a half a bottle of the regular size, you know, like the smaller size barbecue sauce. And then when it's like almost cooked all the way, I'll use the other half of it and put it in. So that's that, and we're going to put it on high for 4 to 5 hours, just until it's fallen apart and you can shred it and it's cooked. So that is done. Now this is just my bread recipe, and I've done this already, and I'm half in the recipe. I do half of it because if I did the whole recipe, it would be a lot. So that recipe is, okay, so I'm using today is 2 cups of warm water, a tablespoon of yeast, a half a tablespoon of salt, 1/4 cup of oil, 1/4 cup of honey, or you could use sugar instead, and then like 5 to 7 cups of flour, depending on where you at and if it's dry and all that other stuff. So that's just how bread is. And I have in here, I have my water, all honey and yeast, and it's already foaming up, so I'm about to start adding my flour. And I will bring you back once I have added 3 cups of flour. Okay, and I'm adding my salt in here. And I have 3 cups of flour in here. And I'm going to go slow so it doesn't splash out. And I'm going to get this all mixed up. And this is 3 cups of flour. And then I'm going to let it sit and rise a little. And then I'll bring you back when it has risen. It's going to be like 5 minutes after I get this all mixed up and like really good mixed up. It'll be like 5 minutes from that time, and it'll rise a little. And then you're going to add your rest of your flour. Okay, that's what it looks like when it has mixed all together. And now I'm going to let that set for about 5 minutes to let it rise. And I'm going to bring you right back once that has done that. Okay, so it has risen a little. And I'm going to put this on and ease it up. Get that air out. And then I'm going to add the rest of my flour, which I put 3 cups in, so I'm going to add slowly another probably 2 to 3 cups. And I'm doing it with 1/4 of a cup measure at a time, so don't splatter up at you. And I'll bring you back and I'll let you know how many cups it took this time. Okay, so I added another 2 cups. Well, I'm gonna add 2 cups. I added 1 cup, and that's what it looks like so far. And that is almost done. You see how it's kind of sticking still? We want it not to stick, but we don't want it to be too much flour. So you want a little bit of stickage, but not too much. So it's probably going to take another 1/2 cup. And then we're going to let it knead for 5 minutes in the mixer. And I'll bring you back once it has kneaded for 5 minutes. Okay, so I have kneaded my dough in my pan. I'm going to take my dough out of this and put some oil, whoosh it around, and if you have Pam, use Pam so it won't stick. And then I'm going to let it rise, and it takes about 45 minutes to an hour, sometimes longer. It just depends on weather with bread. So if it's warm in your house, it's going to rise quicker. If it's colder, it's going to rise slower. So here we go, and I will bring you back once it has poofed up and pretty and risen and so beautiful. So see you in a little bit. Okay guys, now this is what it looks like when it has risen. And we're going to push the air out and put our oven on preheat of 400 degrees. And then I will show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so this is what you want it to look like. You're going to pat it down because it's going to rise. Okay? And then this is how I do it. Sorry. Should have got the tripod out, but it's upstairs. Okay, so you're going to go like this and get your ball. You're going to make it a ball. and then you're gonna mush your ball into a circle, okay? And then you're gonna put it there, and it's gonna rise on your pan. So I'm gonna bring it back once I have all of mine rolled out and put into, well, not rolled out, but put into buns. Okay, you can make 12 buns with this recipe. Just, I guess, depends on how big you want them. My son has one of them and he's playing with the dough. And then that's why I don't have 12 here. Otherwise, I would have 12. Now, you're going to melt some butter, and you're going to brush the tops of them with butter before you put them in the oven. And then you're going to put them in the oven whenever they rise. See, this one is almost risen where I want it, but it's not all the way. So we got to let these other ones catch up. And I will bring you back once they have all risen, and I'm about to put them in the oven. Okay, I have my risen buttered buns, and I'm about to put them in my heated 400-degree oven, and then I will let you see them once I take them out. Okay, so my chicken is done, and I am now going to shred it and chop it up. And that's what it looks like, because this was frozen chicken, that's why it's a little watery in there. But if you just use regular chicken, it won't be as watery. So I'm going to shred all that up, and I'm going to add a little bit more barbecue sauce so it'll be thicker. I'll probably just put the barbecue sauce in a little bowl with some chicken. Like, pull the chicken out, put a little barbecue sauce, put a little bit of this juice in there, and put it on our homemade buns. And then with that, we are going to have some macaroni and cheese, and this is on my channel. I showed you how to do this recipe and how I do that, and I'm going to do some vegetables with it. So thank y'all so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And if you do this recipe, let me know how you like it in the comments below. So thanks again, be blessed, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.